not sleeping with you again. What's up with me? You can't keep still, and you kept swanging the bed.
Yeah, well, you've got bad habits and all.
What?
You two shut it! I'm trying to get some sounds here.
Oh, good morning, Eric. Do you like how we've got it?
I said you could stay overnight, not the duration.
You're worse than Tate. We are homeless, pal. And I'm not seeing my family without a roof over their heads.
But the parish council won't allow you to stay here.
Why, no, we're not doing any harm. I'm making it look nice.
And another thing, this is my furniture, my stock. This is my livelihood.
Oh, that's right. I was eating and sleeping off the floor then like pigs.
All right. All right, if you have to use my things, just please be more careful.
Hey, we've forgotten him.
Who?
The pigs.
We've forgotten pigs, Nelly.
Never mind the blessed pigs.
One of them pigs is worth a van load of this tat. They're a living, breathing souls.
What are we gonna do, Dad?
I'll have to think. Do us a brew and a bacon butty fresh with Nelly.
Biff, can you give us unsalting concentrates for tubs?
Yeah, sure.
Dave, can I have a word, please?
I'm busy.
Look, I just want to say I'm sorry about cancelling the shoot.
Yeah, well, it's a bit flaming late for that, isn't it? Because I'm getting all stick for this.
What should I do now?
Just keep out of my road. Come on.
If you'd have left well alone, that scum wouldn't be camped out on our doorstep.
Well, it's only temporary for the night. They have to go somewhere.
It's the Tates' fault, with their high-handed ways. I mean, don't blame us.
Well, that's all very well, but the Tates are nicely tucked up in their mansion, thank you very much. It's us who are landed with them.
Well, I think it's a good thing to have a social problem right under our nose. At least that way we can't ignore it.
No, we can't. It's like a bad smell.
The sooner we're in there, the better. I want to get started up there.
Well, what's the hold-up?
Well, they're into it now, really, now the Dingles have moved out next door. I won't believe it's ours, though, until we're in there with the front door bolted.
It's quiet now those cubs have gone. I quite miss them.
I'm glad someone does.
Well, didn't you think it was great, seeing them running about, enjoying themselves? It was like a whole new world to them.
If they want a day out, they can go to the Heritage Farm.
Oh, no, that's no more than a museum. It's places like this that produce their food. They should see it, learn about it.
You're talking about taking up teaching, Sarah?
I don't think there's anything wrong in sharing this with people, especially young people.
Well, there's one good reason. It's not a holiday camp. It's a working farm.
Well, you'd better get on with some then, hadn't you?
They've always been trouble. I've done the village a service getting shot at them.
I know, my mum and dad think so. They didn't fancy having them as neighbours.
Of course they wouldn't. Neither would anyone else from Rinter Mob, if they were honest. It was pure jealousy, most of it. Frank Tate's done well for himself, so let's have a go at him. Well, they chose the wrong one.
Oh, I'm popping into town, Frank.
I was just telling Dave, they've made a big mistake taking us on over the eviction.
They certainly did. We've not finished yet.
Do you like my china, Mr. Pollard?
My china, Nelly.
I know. And don't you think I'm not grateful?
I like us own chattels. Proper cups.
Well, go up to the house and get 'em then.
Oh, we're not stopping here, are we?
Of course you aren't.
We are till something better turns up.
Brilliant.
Well, go on.
Going.
And do something about the livestock.
I said I'm going. Come on, Dad. Hold your water. Just don't think you can take advantage of a bloke because he's on his uppers.
Oh, Eric fought alongside us at the barricades. Do you think he'd let you down now?
Maybe not. Let's get gone.
It paid for half of this.
Eh?
The Arcala insisted on giving us something for the inconvenience.
Well, it was them that was inconvenienced, having the Dingles pinched their tent.
Well, they got it back, didn't they?
Good.
You still said it was cheaper staying here than on an official site.
Maybe you should have asked them for more money then.
Jack.
All right.
What?
The way you said Jack.
It's your name, isn't it?
Go on, let's have it.
How about us taking campers in on a proper basis?
What's the point in inviting all that aggravation? More responsibilities. What with Ned cutting down his hours, I'm going to be up to my neck.
You just don't like the idea of someone encroaching on your land.
Maybe I don't.
Well, there's me as well. It's something I could get really involved in.
What, you fancy it?
This place is just perfect. It's what I was saying before. I think it's great seeing young people appreciate the countryside. We could do up the old barn, put bunk beds in, showers perhaps. I'm sure we get business right through the year. It's worth considering though, isn't it? As a business venture, run properly, generating income.
Needs thinking about.
Of course. It'd be great though, wouldn't it?
Thanks, Jay.
I really don't like coming to see you without Frank knowing.
You're my client too. Of course, it depends what you've come here to discuss.
Well, it's mine and Frank's interests I'm talking about. If he didn't constantly deny the fact he has health problems, things would be a lot easier.
Frank's never going to be a willing invalid.
No, I know. And I wouldn't want that. It's just I feel all the responsibility for the planning for our future falls on me.
I'll help so far as I can.
I appreciate that, David. Particularly after his latest fallout with Christopher. I don't want to take sides.
Of course not.
But you know how vindictive and callous Chris can be. If anything should happen to Frank, God forbid.
The will does provide for yourself and any children surviving Frank.
Chris and Zoe.
A third each. And as you know, he's placed a substantial amount in a trust fund for his grandson.
I'm the one who takes the responsibility for running the business when Frank's ill or if he's off dabbling in one of his sidelines.
I know.
I won't have a controlling share if the unthinkable happens.
It's not unreasonable that he wants to look after his children's future.
The situation would be different if I were to have a child.
Yes.
I'm not that mercenary, David.
I'm not suggesting it for a minute. It's simply my job to ensure you're aware of the legal position.
This is not about feathering my own nest. I simply want to secure the future of the company.
Then why not discuss it with Frank, like you have with me?
What's all that about? For me to give you a hand? Is that it? You're getting paranoid, you are. I'm gonna have to tell him it was me. I should never have cancelled that shoot, Biff.
Look, it'll blow over. Just forget about it.
He's bound to know it was me.
Yeah, well, me and Dave aren't going to say all right?
I feel that guilty. They'll know it was me.
Look, I'd keep my trap shut if I were you. You work for them, so they think they own you. Now, if they find out it's you, they'll have you, no messing.
No, it's best just to be honest with him. Admit I was stupid. That's worth getting a shouting off, Frank, just to get it over with.
They'll have you.
By heck. You lot have made yourself at home all right.
Well, come on, you do the same, Betty. I say, pour Mrs. Eggleton a cup of tea. You're always welcome here, Betty, after the help you gave us. Do you take sugar?
Oh, no, I've got me doobies.
Will you get off your behind, Tina? We've got company.
So, where are you thinking of moving?
What exactly do you mean, Betty, love?
Well, you can't stay here.
We like it here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a proper home, not permanent.
It's my showroom.
He's a right fuss pot, him, isn't he? Come on, Betty, take the notice. I'll show you round. You see this part here? Yeah. This is the boys' sleeping quarters. Hey, that's that back. Oh, God.
Hey, what on earth do you think you're doing?
Don't worry, Betty, it's all in hand. Right, lad. Give 'em air.
You can't keep them here.
They won't mind. They like it. Look.
You see, with this program, we can track every animal, from birth weight right through to selling. Every variable is recorded.
Could I have a word, please, Mr. Tate?
Not now, Nick.
This is important.
I'll catch up with you later, Nick.
It's Mr. Tate I want to speak to, Dave.
Nick, we're busy.
It was me. I took the list of the clients for the shoot.
Did I hear you right?
I'm very sorry.
And you contacted our clients?
Look, I know it was wrong, and that's why I've come to apologise now. I thought if you've lost any business, then you could deduct it from your wages.
Oh, you thought that, did you?
I'm really sorry, Kim.
You will be. You're dismissed. As from now. And don't expect any wages in hand. You're lucky we didn't involve the police. And get out of here.
Told you.
I thought I was doing the right thing, Biff.
You know, I think you live with the pixies sometimes. You know what they're like, especially Kim. I bet she didn't half enjoy giving you the bullet.
What did you tell him for?
Yeah, well, you're supposed to be the estate manager, aren't you going to help him sort it out? Of course, we all know whose side you're on, don't we?
Oh, shut up. It's classed as theft, grounds for immediate dismissal. If he went to a tribunal, you won't have a leg to stand
You don't
on.
want the law throwing at him. It's not as though he took it for personal gain.
Look, I wasn't thinking right. I just did it.
No, I'll see if I can have a word with Frank.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, don't get your hopes up.
Look, what should I do now?
Better get yourself off home.
I'll see you later.
I never liked that Betty Eccleton, you know, all that stuff at the eviction. She's only trying to get into my good books, buying me friends.
Can't you keep a low profile? This is a public amenity. A flaming Noah's Ark.
We didn't ask to be chucked out, you know.
I'm sure.
Do you think we like living like this? It's humiliating.
Is it?
Can't even have a proper wash here.
It must be very difficult, I know.
She's very clean, our Tina, you know.
I'm sure.
Very important to a woman, this.
Yes, of course it is.
So you won't mind me popping over the road then and using your bathroom?
Oh, it's the least I can do.
Give us your key then.
Tell you what, I'll go across with you. Show you where everything is. Make sure you've got everything you need.
You mucky devil.
I'll just nip and get me carbolic and me dressing gown.
You as well?
Yes. You can scrub me back. Don't worry, I won't tell Zach.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late.
It's hardly worth you taking your coat off.
Oh, no, now I'm here, I'll do my bit.
So what kept you?
Oh, don't ask.
Fair enough.
We've been invaded.
What, aliens finally arrived, have they?
No, worse. The Dingles, complete with a herd of swine. They've only occupied the village hall.
Oh, that.
Yeah, and it's all the fault of your ex-in-laws.
That doesn't surprise me.
They try to run people's lives like these feudal landlords, and us ordinary folk have to live with consequences.
Tell me what the Tates are like.
Oh, hello, lad. What's up? You look as though you've lost a bob and found a tanner.
Can I have a word, please, Kathy?
Yeah, of course you can. Sit down. Betty, can you make us a cuppa?
Yeah.
What is it?
I've been sacked.
What?
Kim sacked me.
What did I tell you? Just like robber barons riding roughshod.
Betty, can you leave us to it? Stack of washing up to do.
Hey, why have they sacked him?
Betty, kitchen now.
I know he was out of line, Frank. But you know what he's like?
I do now. He betrayed me, Dave, after all the years that he's worked here.
He was a decent lad.
People who betray trust aren't decent. He didn't even have the guts to come and speak up with the Dingles. He had to pull that sneaky trick.
Yeah, well, he's not going to do anything like that again, is he?
No, because he's not going to get the chance.
It's not that he was just threatening our profits. It's jobs. Your job, Seth's job, all the others that are on the line. Now, we're a team here. And if that's to work, then we've got to be able to trust one another. Haven't we?
I respect you for speaking up for him, as a friend. But you're also his manager, and your ultimate responsibility is to us.
I know.
Loyalty is an old-fashioned word, Dave, but I like to think that it counts for something.
You must see, David, that we're not some vast, impersonal multinational. We're a family business, which relies totally on mutual trust and commitment.
Why on earth did you do it?
I don't know. Look, I've admitted I was in the wrong cafe. I've apologised. I don't know what else I can do.
Well, it's not all down to what you did. Never mind. So, what are you going to do now?
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's not just the job, it's the flat as well.
It's tired accommodation.
And I've got 7 days to get out.
They can't do that.
They can. It's in my contract.
She's behind this.
It was Frank that signed the letter.
No, she's getting at me.
Why would she want to go and do that? It's me that's acting like the idiot.
She's taking it out on you. Because I've got what she wants.
What are you talking about?
Dave, they had an affair.
Kim and Dave. When?
Doesn't matter. Recently.
How could he do that to you?
Is there anything I can do for you?
I doubt it.
So what's the situation between you and Terry now?
Why?
Well, you know I have your family's welfare at heart.
If you must know, I blew him out. It were a right turn I seeing him standing there in naught but a pair of knee bandages. He must be almost as old as you are.
Hiya.
Nick's just left.
Yeah. Just tried to get them to change their minds. No way. Frank's out to show 'em who's boss.
Well, we all know who's out to prove things. Kim. She's getting back at you and me in particular.
Yeah, well, there's no need to take it out on Nick, though, is there?
You know better than me.
Hey, come on.
I'm sorry. He was in a real state. I felt I had to tell him what's been going on between you and Kim.
What'd you go and do that for? I mean, it's over.
Obviously not in her mind. He was blaming himself. I thought he was owed an explanation.
Well, he's not exactly innocent, is he?
Neither are you.
I say, I'm really very disappointed in Frank.
Is that the worst you can find to say about him? He has put 2 families out on street.
Yes, but well, he does have his business to run, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, no matter who gets hurt along the way.
No use getting aerated about it.
So what are we supposed to do, Seth? Doff us caps and say 3 bags full, Mr. Tay?
All you can do is give yourself a bit of elbow room. Let them think they're in charge.
Aye, you try telling that to Nick and little Alice. It's not just a question of skiving off for a pint, like you know. It's their lives the dates are ruining.
So, how's the peasants' revolt?
They're revolting peasants, more like. I thought there was supposed to be a social visit.
Might be.
Well, I'll just have to see if we can get your juicy tidbit, then.
Well, I can always go to the malt shovel.
Well, don't go rushing off.
Hadn't you better attend to your customers?
I'm doing.
I'm just waiting for one of their pigs to get run over, so I can fill up the freezer.
It's past a joke. All my stock is at their mercy. They've even taken to using my house for their ablutions.
Didn't think they bothered with that.
I do, Mr. Pollard.
Good evening, Sam.
Could you do us a favour?
No.
Could our butcher go over to your house for a bath?
Definitely not.
What? You saying I need a wash? Yeah, you stink. You stink like the pigs, only worse.
Dick, you behave yourself, you. What have I told you about human dignity?
You don't have to sleep in the same bed as him.
And mine boggles.
Come on, mate, let's get you a pint or 3. Tell you, I could do with it.
They're not reconsidered then.
I think you've been very shoddily treated, Nick. I shall tell Frank so when I see him.
Yeah, it's my own fault, Alan.
Now, don't start thinking like that, man. That's what they want, the myopes. It's called blaming the victim. Fair enough, you might have no job, no home.
Oh, aye, that's right. Cheer him up.
But you've still got your self-respect.
No, Seth. I've messed everything up, haven't I?
You're very quiet.
Do you think it's been worth it? All the hassle over the past few weeks?
Well, don't you?
All we've done is try to protect what is ours. We followed the right procedures, done everything by the book, and yet it's us who's in the wrong. It's so depressing.
Do you know what I think? I believe we've done exactly the right thing. I don't think we could have acted in any other way. And I'm sure in the long term it'll be good for the business. But more important than that, it'll be good for us. You and me. We've been drifting, Frank.
Apart?
No. I just think it's got too easy. I dare say we've got bored. Not of each other, but that's why you've been dabbling down at the scrapyard.
And you?
And I've been spending too much time shopping and having expensive lunches out. You and I are best. The best. When we're going for something together. It's what all this represents. It counts. And it doesn't matter what those small-minded busybodies say. Inside, they know this counts. That's why they envy us.
We are the best. Aren't we?
Look, Dave will have had a real go at him.
Yeah, I bet he did. He said he was gonna, so he will. He's straight, is Dave. Is he? Come on, Nick, it wasn't him that split on you, was it? He's just in a funny position being management and a mate, that's all.
Oh, come on. Dave knows which side his bread's buttered, all right?
So why are you taking it out on him?
Biff, just don't go making out with good old honest Dave.
What's up with you?
Glover's no mate of mine.
It's a real turn on, you know.
What is?
Seeing you taking people on, standing up for what you believe in.
It's you and me, Kim. Chris knows that. That's why he's trying to cut me out with little Joseph. That and Rachel's infantile politics.
Yeah, well, you don't need it, Frank. You don't need them.
I've got high hopes for little Joseph, though. He's the future.
We've got our own future. I nearly let this slip away from me once. And I know what we have, and I don't want to lose it.
There's no danger.
Not for you. Sometimes I feel so insecure. Maybe it's because I started with nothing, and well, I'm still nothing without you, Frank.
I'm here. And as long as I've got you, I'm happy.
And there's nothing else you could want?
No.
Children?
You've always made it plain in the past that you didn't.
Well, that's how I felt then. Insecure again, I suppose. But now, after everything we've been through, we're much closer. I really love you. And I want to have children. More than anything else in the world, I want to have your baby.
There you are. There's going to be a lot of changes in our lives, Alice.
Why?
Well, because your daddy's had a sort of row with Frank and Kim. You know what it's like. I mean, you have rows in the playground at school sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Except this one means, means we can't live here anymore.
Why?
Because Frank and Kim own this place, and they're cross with Daddy.
Why?
That's a little harder to explain. You see, it's not really my fault. It's because of something somebody else has done, but we're the ones that have to suffer for it.
Why?
Life's like that sometimes, darling. But the good news is, we'll be seeing a lot more of Auntie Kathy. Would you like that?
Yeah!
Yes! So we'll be staying with her for a little while until we can find a nice new place of our own.
Can I bring my toys?
Can you bring your toys? Of course you can bring your toys. You can bring all of them. And then everything will be all right again.
I expect you'll have a lot more cleaning up to do now you've got your new neighbours.
Yeah, nobody can accuse the Dingles of being tidy.
It's them pigs that's the worst thing. Do you know I daren't hang my washing out for fear it starts smelling of them?
Morning, Betty.
Hello.
I've just made Vic's day. I bought up the last bottle of suntan lotion he got in for the summer.
You expecting a change in weather, love?
No, Amos and Annie are getting married this weekend. We're flying over. It should still be warm there this time of year.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, it's a good time to get away. Leave the smell of the Dingles behind.
Maybe we all got a bit carried away with trying to help them out.
Well, it's not our fault. We was just trying to do the decent thing. It's all down to Frank Tate, is this?
I've got to be getting to the stables.
Yeah, I ought to be getting dressed too. Late start this morning.
Energetic night. I meant what I said, you know. I really think it's time we started our own family.
Best news I've had in ages.
Oh, perhaps you could have another early night tonight. Don't want to waste any time.
Come in.
Oh, what do you want?
We'll be moving out today, me and Alice. We'll be at Kathy's after I've picked her up from school.
We gave you to the end of the week.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's better this way. See, we don't exactly feel welcome.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame for that.
We'll need a few more days to shift the rest of the stuff. Only I can't afford a removal van.
Just as long as it's out by Friday.
Don't worry, Kim. It will be.
Nick!
Forget about him, Frank. I will see you later.
It's not right us all stopping in the same room. Well, we're family, that's what makes it decent.
It don't cut out the snoring, though, does it?
Shut up!
I need earplugs stopping here.
Well, I reckon it's a great place to be, considering. Huh? Close to the pub and the shops. Right in the heart of the village where we belong.
Has anyone seen my boots? Hey, just follow your nose, you can track them by the smell.
I was hoping the place might be a bit more, ship-shape by now. Gave it as long as I could.
What's your problem?
This is not quite the image I want to give to my customers.
Well, I'll not be under your feet. I could do with some fresh air any road.
Excellent idea. Perhaps you'd all like to join Tina on her walk, eh?
I reckon exercise is overrated, Eric.
Besides, we've got too much to do trying to get settled in here.
You mean you're gonna stay here all day?
Come here. We can be an asset to you, demonstrating all this furniture ourselves like they do on them show homes, you know, up at the new estate.
I'll be glad to see the back of this place.
I'm not sure I will. It'll be a lot further for Kelly to come, won't it?
New place is bigger. Far more dark places for you two to snog in peace.
Yeah, easier to keep out of Mum's way.
Yeah, say we're telling you where that got your big sister.
You two finished yet?
Yeah, this is the last of it.
Right then, time to lock up and leave.
It's got to be a complete fresh start for us, Ned.
Aye, our own farm again like we always wanted.
It's not just for us, though, Ned. I'm really hoping this new place is going to help us forget all about this Linda business.
Well, that's all behind us now. From now on, the Glover family are on the up.
I want a word with you, Kim.
I'm busy.
It's not fair what you're doing to Nick.
He got what he deserved. He was lucky we didn't prosecute him. Lost us a lot of business.
This isn't about that, and you know it.
You're wasting your time.
You can't go on playing with people's lives like this, Kim.
I know you can't keep your hands off me, David, but you really must try. Besides, we don't want to upset dear Kathy. I'm sure she's got enough to worry about with her brother moving in.
There's not much room, but we'll make the best of it.
Do you know? I have just seen Nellie Dingle hanging out her drawers in the street. She's got no shame, that woman.
Hardly news, Betty.
Yes, but it can't go on, you know. We're going to have a residents' meeting to stop the Dingles.
It was a residents' meeting that started all this trouble. That's how Nick lost his job.
I think there's a bit more to it than that.
We can talk about that later, Nick. Get yourself settled in first.
Yep.
Whoa, what are we doing with that, Roy?
You got it. Don't go breaking up the happy home before we've even moved in.
Where will I find the curtain hooks, Mum?
In the jar marked cocoa, love.
Ah, now why didn't I think of that?
Thanks for helping us out, you two.
Oh, it's the least we could do.
Yeah, we've a little favour to ask later.
Uh-huh.
Sorry I'm late.
But that's what I call perfect timing, David. All heavy stuff's in.
Yeah, Frank kept me working. Hey, Mum, don't suppose there's any chance of lunch?
Well, I should think we could all do a bite to eat. If I could just remember which box I put my saucepans in.
Any luck?
No, you're joking, aren't you? There's not that much call for unskilled labour around here, I'm afraid.
Look, you're welcome to stay here as long as you want, but I can't offer you a job. I'm hardly making enough to pay the staff I've got.
I don't see why me and Alice should have to carry the can. Just because your Dave fancied a quickie with
Hey,
her
it wasn't all his fault. You know what she's like.
Yeah, well, maybe she's not the only one who can hit back.
No, listen.
Look, Kathy, I've got to do something.
If anyone's going to confront Kim, it ought to be me.
What are we getting them?
Depends how much we raise. I was hoping for a dinner service, but at this rate, we'll have to settle for a cup and saucer.
I'm just a pensioner. The summer's going to afford a lot more.
Expect you'll be around with another tin later collecting for Nick and Alice.
No, we should do one of them petitions. Get everybody in the village to sign it. They'd have to take notice of that.
Oh, that'd be no good, Seth. Frank Tate don't believe in democracy or free speech.
Exactly. The only signatures he's interested are on cheques and contracts.
I'm trying to organise a residents' meeting.
Not another one.
To get rid of the Dingles.
I'm with you all the way.
I don't believe it. You wanted to sit on the barricades with them. Now you want to boot them out.
Well, if you're that keen, there is a simple solution. Let 'em move into Mill Cottage.
Hiya, Terry.
Hi, what can I get you?
No, I'm all right, thanks. It's your night off, isn't it?
Aye. Why?
Well, I was just wondering if you were planning any more cradle snatching, or is it grab a granny night tonight?
Aye, your mum said that I'd upset you.
Don't flatter yourself. It'd take a bigger man than you to do that.
Hey, I do want to talk, but it's a bit awkward just now.
Oh, definitely grab a granny night. Well, I'm sure you'll be very happy together. You can share a glass for your false teeth.
Hello, Kathy. Lapse of memory. What? But you'd forgotten you didn't work here anymore. A lot of people don't work for you anymore.
Very choosy about who I employ.
You're going to give Nick his job back.
I don't think so.
It wasn't a question. You're going to do exactly what I tell you.
You're in no position to give me orders.
I wouldn't be so sure of that, Kim. You're nothing special. You're just a gold-digging secretary who got her claws into the boss. Everything you've got you owe to Frank.
Oh, dear Frank. It's lucky we're so devoted to each other.
I don't think he'll be quite so devoted when he hears what you've been up to.
Are you threatening me?
I'm telling you. If you don't give Nick his job back, I'm going to tell Frank everything.
You wouldn't dare.
Just watch me.
I hope you know what you're doing, Kathy. I can't see Frank believing the woman who caused his dear son so much grief.
Oh, we'll see.
Of course, your pathetic little David will get the sack. And his family will lose the farmhouse they're so thrilled about. None of them are going to thank you for wrecking their lives. Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll get out with enough money to be sure I can make you pay for it.
Hi, Danny. Hello, Kath.
Hi.
What did Kathy want?
Just a feeble attempt to get her brother's job back. I was expecting it, really. I didn't want you bothered.
You don't think we've been too hard on her?
He wrecked a shoot, he lost us money, and he made you look a fool in front of clients.
Yeah.
And worst of all, he was disloyal. You need people around you you can trust.
Well, as long as I've got you, I can't go far wrong.
Jeff Thomas has said he'll cover milking for us, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
To bit of a cheek asking you when you've only just moved into your new place.
I'm glad to help. Besides, I know what extra cash I can get to finance all the plans that we've got.
We've never had this much space.
Fair pool table in there.
No chance. I don't want this place filled with your slobby mates.
This is a working farm and it's full of things that's pay for himself, and that includes you lot.
Well, we'll know where to send any surplus cubs next time we're overrun with them.
Here, we got you this to toast your new house.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, you've plenty to celebrate. A new farm, a wedding coming up. When's the big day, David? We do a very nice line in congratulation cards and wrapping paper if you want to give me some of that money back.
Well, later maybe, but I'm on my way to home farm now.
Oh, well, I hope you're going to tell Frank Tate how people feel about what he's done.
Well, as his godfather, I feel I have a duty to do that, but I will be as tactful as possible.
And don't forget to mention the pig farmers in the village hall, and you don't need to be tactful about that one.
Now, Bessie's arranging a meeting to deal with the Dingles, so we'll pack 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, tell me, Dad. He'll want us to be there. After all, we are residents now.
Yes, well, I think I'd better be on my way. I'm sure your customers will want to give generously.
Oh, great. It's a collection for meeting.
Oi! I think we'll call back a little bit later, Sammy.
What secret is it?
I'll explain.
Well, this is home. Nice, isn't it?
It's okay.
Look, you're gonna have to be a very grown-up little girl. Try not and get in Auntie Kathy's way, because she's gonna be busy in the tea rooms. Things are gonna be a bit difficult for a while.
What do you mean?
Well, I've got to try and sort some things out. I'm gonna go see a few people tonight, which means Auntie Kathy's gonna have to put you to bed.
Are you coming back?
Of course I'm coming back, Alice. I've got to. I'm your dad, aren't I? Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. It's not you I'm angry with. I'm just a bit upset, that's all. Well, did you see her?
I'm sorry, Nick.
Hey, I haven't told you best bit yet. They're making a collection for us.
What, money?
Aye. It's meant to be a secret, but I soaked in.
People in this village have got hearts of gold.
Not all of them.
Can I have a word with Tina? In private.
I'd say you've done too much of that already.
Now, Zach, I'm sure Terry's got the best of intentions. So we'll leave them on their own together for a bit.
Mum, it's cold out there.
Just do as you're told.
What's up? Lost your pensioner's bus pass?
I was hoping we could discuss this in private, man to man.
Kim and me have no secrets.
Very well. I hope you still consider us friends.
Of course.
Then, as a friend, may I say I think you're making a big mistake about Nick.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Frank, you're a big man. I've always admired the way you've built a business out of nothing.
Cut the flattery and get to the point.
Well, the point is, there is a time to be ruthless, but there is also a time to show compassion.
I've been very good to that boy, Alan.
We kept his job open when he had his breakdown. A lot of employers wouldn't have done that.
I got him a solicitor when he was fighting for custody.
And look how he's repaid us.
Then if you won't consider Nick, think of Alice. She's the one who's going to be the most hurt by all this.
I'm running a holiday park, Alan, not a welfare organisation. If Nick can't cope, then he should go to the social services. That's what I pay my taxes for.
I hope you can sleep nights. I know I couldn't.
Your folks will be back in a minute.
Worried about what my dad might do to you?
No. I want us to talk.
I don't see that we've got out left to say to each other.
I know I made a mess of it.
You were looking after number one, Terry. Turner didn't like it, me at the Woolpack, so you decided your job was safer without me.
It weren't like that.
That's how it looked to me.
I like you, Tina.
Don't make me laugh.
No, I really like you. I'm old enough to be your dad.
Seemed to think you were fit enough before Turner got back.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking straight. I was gutted after I lost Brit.
I know. thought I was helping you to get over that.
Well, maybe I'm not ready to get over it.
Do you still care about her?
I don't know how I feel. It's like my world's been turned upside down.
Don't give me your troubles. I've got troubles of my own, you know.
I know. But it's not going to help either of us if I dive into a new relationship and pretend that it's all going to make it better. I thought we were just going to have a laugh. A bit of fun. No harm done. But it started to feel more than that. I don't want to hurt anybody. And I don't want to get hurt.
It's a bit late to think about that, isn't it?
I know it's my fault, Tina. I'm sorry about it.
Don't give me your sympathy. I'm worth more than that.
I know. I meant what I said. I really like you.
Do me a favour.
It's the truth. You'll see that in the end. I want us to be friends.
Get out.
Getting cold out there.
It's all right, Dad. Terry was just leaving.
Bet you're glad the move's over with, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
It'll do you good to make a fresh start.
Don't say it'll help me get over it. If anyone else says that, I think I'll scream.
Sorry. So where is everybody?
Well, Mum's scrubbing and hoovering everything. You know, making the place her own. And Dad and Roy are giving the land the once-over.
In the dark?
He's got a torch. He's that keen. I'm glad to be rid of him for a bit.
Why are they giving you a hard time?
Oh, no, they've been as sweet as pie. I just feel like they're watching me all the time.
Hey?
Well, you know, like an exhibit in a zoo. Waiting for me to crack up or making the same mistake again.
Are you sure you're not imagining it?
Maybe.
Well, then maybe we should just forget about all this and go and have a night out.
Yeah, but I'll have to ask first.
Yeah, great, won't it? Plenty of work.
Hi.
All right, yeah.
Right. Listen, is it all right if I take Linda down to Woolpack for a drink?
Yeah. Have her back for 10 o'clock, won't you?
Come on, you two. It's time we got down to Woolpack.
Well, Dad, I'm winning. First time I've ever won.
He cheated. Oh, shut up and get moving. I want to get my hands on that collection.
How much do you reckon he raised, Dad?
Well, considering the high regard we're now held in, I'd say the van might be getting a recon engine.
I'd rather have a new telly.
No, I'd rather have a new stereo.
Huh?
No, better off with a
Oh,
telly.
come on, get moving. There might be enough for all of us.
You should have talked to me
Will
first.
you keep your voice down? I've just got Alice to sleep.
We've got to get this sorted.
That's what I was trying to do. You know, because of your affair, my brother's got the sack, and now he and Alice have got nowhere to go.
So you're blaming me, are you?
I'm saying you could try and be a bit more understanding about it.
Well, maybe that goes both ways.
What?
Well, you shouldn't have told Nick about me and Kim.
Why not? It's the truth.
It just makes things harder. OK, I made a mistake. A big mistake, but I'm trying to make up for it. I'm trying to make things better.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, well, maybe it'd be easier if I believed you still wanted us to be together.
You know I do.
Then why won't you make a date for a wedding? Why won't you commit yourself to me?
Oh. Still playing Happy Families, are we?
Look, Nick, me and Kathy need to talk.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry if I'm in your way, Dave, but you see, thanks to you and Kim, I've got nowhere else to go. So you're just gonna have to get used to me being around, aren't you?
They'll kill off any passing trade. One sight of their pigs and their filthy washing, no one will come in our shop.
Hey, it's worse for me. I have to try and run my business round them.
They live like pigs, and they're bringing the whole village down with them.
It would help it Dingers that lost Nicky's job.
Hey, I thought we were all trying to help them. But oh no, it's the same old NIMBY syndrome.
Oh, yes, but you didn't want them in your backyard.
We're not going to get anywhere blaming each other. Now, what we've got to do is have a proper, ordered meeting to decide what's going to be done.
Agree.
At least that sounds a bit more constructive.
Right. Now, just to lighten the atmosphere, I have something rather more pleasant to tell you all about. You will be delighted to hear that thanks to your generosity, we've raised enough money not only for a dinner service, but a pair of splendid cut-glass decanters as well.
Don't want to sound ungrateful, but we've not got a lot of use for decanters and such. We'd just as soon as have money.
It's not for you. You lot have sponged enough out of this village. It's for Annie and Amos's wedding present.
But I thought this meeting was about helping us.
No, Sam. It's about how to get rid of you.
We're all fed up with your pigs and your filth and your thieving.
I think that's a bit too strong, Vic.
It's about time someone told them the truth.
Lot of stuck-up hypocrites. That's all you are. Come on.
Yeah.
Stop it. Work it. Jackson.
Come on, Terry.
I couldn't even get any bar work, Dave.
Nick, something will turn up if you keep looking.
Well, that's easy for you to say, isn't it? Because I guess your job's safe as long as you're keeping Kim happy.
Hey, there's nothing between me and Kim anymore. It's over. Have you got that?
You've got to say that in front of her, haven't you?
It's the truth.
Well, I didn't just look for a job tonight, Dave. Earlier, I went to an advice bureau. You see, I got custody of my daughter, Alice, because I had a steady job and somewhere to live. If I lose Alice because of you, mate, I'll get you for this, I promise, right?
Hey, that's enough.
Look, Kathy, he's got it coming to him.
I think it might be best if you went home, Dave.
Me, you taking his side
I'm
over
just
this?
trying to stop things getting any worse. I'll see you tomorrow.
Just get out, Glover. You've caused enough trouble. Kathy may well believe your lies, but you can't fool me. If I've got anything to do with this, there's no way you're gonna marry my sister.